Welcome, friends. Welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. And Richard's behind the camera as usual, filming this for us. The reason I'm doing this video today is a good friend of mine and also a fellow co-worker, Bobby. He had asked me what my recipe was for like a tomato cucumber salad. And I shared with him a little bit about what I do, and he said, would you please make that for me? And he had given me a whole bag of cherry tomatoes from his garden. And I said, well, of course I will. So this morning I'm doing that to take in for him and also some of my other co-workers. So these type of salads, I usually use whatever I have on hand. And today it's fairly simple. But I always make the star of this particular dish the cucumbers and the tomatoes. And then I add smaller amounts of whatever else I have. So what I did before we started is I cut up English cucumber, and there's probably a cup here, and I do in bite-sized pieces. So let's go ahead and put that in this bowl. And then I have about a cup of cherry tomatoes. And if they were large, I cut them up in quarters, or if they were smaller, I did, let's see here, a half. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And then I took a rib of celery and I cut that up in bite-sized pieces. And then I have some red onion here, about a quarter of a cup, bite-sized pieces again, and the same with green pepper. And there's a piece of the green pepper. And that's what I had on hand today. Sometimes I'll put jalapeno in it, whatever I have. Also, mushrooms are real good in this.
Oh, they are.
So, and then I have some fresh parsley, and so I'm going to add that as well. And mint is very good in this too. I should have gone out and gotten some fresh mint out of our yard, but
mint patch, the mint patch.
Right, but mint, yes, is very good in this. So, the next thing you want to do, and this, see how simple this is already? I've got extra olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I have some white balsamic vinaigrette. You can use any kind of vinegar you'd like in this. Red wine vinegar is excellent in this. Balsamic vinegar is really good in this. Whatever you have. And I have some honey. And then salt and pepper. So what I do is I take my olive oil and I just go around my bowl, the outer perimeter, 2, 3. I'll just kind of count it out. And now my vinegar. So I go more towards the center, like halfway around, 2, 3. So in other words, you want more olive oil than you do vinegar. It's about like 2/3 to 1/3. So, to make a cup, but this of course isn't a cup. So it's probably 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. So in the middle, I'm going to go around with the honey. 1, 2, 3. So that's maybe a teaspoon. Pepper. Use as much as you want. If you want it really spicy, add more. 1, 2, 3. I don't do a lot of salt, but it certainly enhances it. Then all you do is toss it. And I usually leave it out, if we're going to be eating fairly soon, on the counter just to marinate. If it's going to be a while, then I put it in the refrigerator. Of course, covered. But this is just a really delicious little salad. And see how easy it is to prepare? The hardest part is just cutting up everything.
Looks good, Miss Glow.
And it really doesn't take long. So I'm going to let this just marinate here on the counter for a bit, and then I'll be back, and what I'm going to do is taste the dressing that marinates into the bottom to make sure everything is right. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. Well, it's been about 15 minutes. So let's see how this looks.
Looks good to me.
Smells good.
Smells good to me.
So I'm gonna, before I dish up a little bit for myself, I'm gonna just take a taste here of the dressing to make sure I don't need to add anything. It smells so good. Perfect. Oh, it's so good. If you need to, sometimes when I do it, I find that, I didn't add enough olive oil. You don't want that bite to come back after you swallow from the vinegar. And sometimes you'll need to add a little bit more pepper or salt or honey, but not very often. If you just follow that step I told you about how to make the dressing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little in this bowl to sample, to make sure it's all still okay with all these little veggies. It's like the breakfast of champions here. Oh, a little piece of the parsley. Believe it or not, parsley just really, adds extra flavor to this. This really is a delicious little salad for breakfast. So refreshing. Sorry. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. Give me a like, thumbs up, comment. I hope you have a great day. And Bobby, I hope you enjoy this. We'll talk to you later. Bye.